Bang, 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 bang. All right. Man, we're almost there. It's almost over. This week's almost over, man. Can you taste it? Can you taste the end of this week already? Man, I know it's only Tuesday, but it feels like a Tuesday. Damn it. Good morning, beautiful patriots. Amen to that. Hopefully the crazies are asleep this morning. They have been bad everywhere. Uh-oh. We don't mind. I usually tell, I was having a conversation yesterday with somebody. We were talking about people in the chat and stuff like that, and like, you know, how the lefties will come in here and they'll try to take over the chat and stuff and try to run everything and whatever. And you know, we've been dealing with that for years, but I was like, you know, my philosophy is this: I don't ban people. I don't ban people unless you really earned it. You know what I mean? Like I'll time people out a lot, not a lot, but I'll time people out. But if they're like spamming and stuff like that, you know, but I don't block usually because I want people to see it. I want people to see how the left behaves, how respectful they are. Today we're going to talk a little bit about I got the Epstein files on deck. And well, pretty much Epstein files, I guess. Dang it. This dang Epstein files.
Hopefully this will
close that up. We did have this come out, which was interesting. Well, first of all, the propaganda is beginning. Be aware, the propaganda is beginning to show its ugly face. Well, it's not beginning. It's been at it for a while. Here's Jasmine Crockett. She is super awesome.
So I want people to.
Honestly, I know I've never seen her eyes looking like this. She looks like, I don't know. I don't want to say anyone's on drugs or anything. Maybe it was just a lot of coffee.
So I want people to be very clear-eyed. They are playing games right now, and this is all about shielding and distracting from the president of the United States, who is absolutely mentioned in those files. And frankly, we know that he had already been sued prior to him ever entering office, where there were allegations that he sexually molested a child. This is on the record. Now, granted, the case didn't go through and whatever.
Wait, what? It's on the record, but what?
On the record. Now, granted, the case didn't go through and whatever, but we know that the allegations were there.
Allegations. Remember, you can convict on allegations now. You don't need proof. Proof's ridiculous. Proof is so 2000. That's so 1990. We need nothing of that. We don't need any proof. We just need allegations.
Way before he even took office the first time.
We just need those allegations to come out. Then you can take the allegations and build something of that. I'm gonna show you that here shortly. Where there was a lady, what's her name? Christy Greensburg. She is a MS Now legal analyst. Former SDNY Criminal Division Deputy Chief. She does a little hit piece that we're gonna take a look at. It's only a couple minutes long, but it's a little hit piece, and I want to show you exactly what tools or what tricks or tactics or whatever the left is using to get you to end up where they want you to end up. Meaning, they want you to be blaming who they want you to be blaming, etc., etc. So I'm gonna bring that up here. And then I want to talk a little bit about, after that, we're going to talk a little bit about what's this orange blob? There's an orange blob on the Epstein videos outside his cell area on the night of his death that wasn't reported to anybody. So I looked into that a little bit, and then I found out some other interesting details that I thought everybody might find interesting. So we're going to get to that too, because I don't believe for a second that Epstein killed himself. Not for a second. The only options to me are they either had somebody come in and kill him, or they had somebody come in and be the body double, so to speak. I know that all sounds crazy, but don't underestimate these nut jobs that run the world. So here, let me bring this up here. Let's see here. Let me bring it up. Okay. Now, the premise for this is Epstein to Trump about a 14-year-old girl in 1994. Quote, "This is a good one, huh?" Trump agreed. The FBI called this claim sensational, but a jury and prosecutors found the victim credible. Ooh, well, that sounds salacious. Damning evidence that Trump knew Epstein targeted minors and still partied with him. Oh man, this sounds like it's gonna be damning. Let's see what we got here. Oh man, I don't know. We'll see. Let's go. Let's start this off. Let's see what she says. Let's see where she goes with it. I'm kind of, well, you'll see.
One of the most scandalous claims about Trump in the Epstein files wasn't some anonymous, incredible claim. It came from a victim who the government considered credible.
Okay, remember that. It came, that's how she's framing this. It came from a victim that the government found credible. Not a lie. It's not a lie. What is it? I don't know. Let's see.
Her story was consistent and she was corroborated. This is the Trump bombshell in the Epstein files that no one is talking about.
Oh, let's talk about it. The bombshell.
In July of 2025.
The bombshell. Don't forget bombshell. Bombshell. I think it's all over, guys. I think it's all over. I think Trump is cooked. I think he's cooked, guys. There is credible. That's the important word there. Credible, quote unquote, sensational claims about Donald Trump and the Epstein files, which came from a victim who prosecutors and a jury found credible. Uh-oh. It sounds like they got him this time. It sounds like it's all over. This one sounds really damning. After 10 or 12 or ever how many years it's been, have they finally got him? Did they finally get this pervert? This grapist? I guess that's what you're supposed to say now, right? Grapist? This one is damning, guys. And if you know me, you know that I'm going to come down on wherever the facts go, wherever they fall, that's where I'm going to go. Okay? I want the country to win. No matter which side I belong to, quote unquote. So, and I want to say too, I don't want any of these comments that I'm about to say, any of these remarks that I'm about to say about this video we're about to look at. I don't want those to appear like I am defending anybody. I would never do that. Not only is it not my job or my place to do so, as my knowledge of this case is very limited. I am aware enough to know that outside of what I have read myself, I only know what the media has featured. So I only have what I've read myself, which is just and what the media has told us, what they have decided was important. They couldn't possibly just be keeping the people ignorant enough not to really know, but feed them bits and pieces of the files so that they believe that they are informed. Because an informed public is good for the nation, but an uninformed public that believes that they are informed is good for the puppet masters.
The FBI combed through the Epstein files to find the most salacious statements about 13 prominent people, including Donald Trump. The FBI flagged the 2 most salacious statements about Trump in the Epstein files, and then featured those statements in an FBI PowerPoint presentation slide titled Prominent Names. I'm going to focus on one of the salacious statements about Trump.
Okay.
The victim said that Epstein drove her in a dark green car to Mar-a-Lago when she was 14 years old in 1994. She thought Epstein introduced her to Trump as his friend. Epstein elbowed Trump, playfully asking him, referring to her, "This is a good one, right?" Trump smiled and nodded in agreement. They both chuckled and the victim felt uncomfortable, but at the time was too young to understand why.
Okay. Uh-oh. Starting to get sticky. I think Trump elbows somebody. That's a grape elbow, right? That's a graping elbow. On a side note, pardon me, I'd like to point out that Bill Clinton is in the files, pictured with women who appear to be partially, if not completely naked. They're rubbing his back. They're on a bed. They're nude in what appear to be nude in a hot tub with a young lady. The hypocrisy and selective outrage. This situation should be a huge tell that you cannot really trust the people telling us the news. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, no red flags here. It's totally normal for a man in his 40s to be friends with a 14-year-old girl, right? It's totally normal for a man in his 40s to talk about a 14-year-old girl like she's a piece of meat.
The tricky part here is, first of all, when she says she's assuming that he's now a pedophile because he gave Epstein an elbow when he said that to him. So now he's a convicted pedophile as far as she's concerned. What else did she say there?
Well, like she's a piece of meat instead of a child.
In her assumption, that's what it was. She wasn't there. You know, there's inflection in your voice and things like that. I don't know. I don't want to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and I don't want to sit here and sound like I'm defending Trump. That's not what I'm doing. I am pointing out the way that the left gets you to believe what they want you to believe. By it's important what they leave out. That's just as important as what they put in. So no red flags here. It's just labeled as not normal. Is that a criminal offense? Is not normal a criminal offense? And who is to say if it is normal? I mean, apparently Epstein put lots of people through school. He positioned himself as a philanthropist, supporting educational causes, including funding scholarships and school donations. At the time, no one knew that these actions were often part of a grooming process where he would offer financial support for education to gain access, control over young individuals. So remember, this is back in 94. I think the first Epstein case was in 1994. This was not exactly public knowledge. And as expected, people doing that sort of thing, those people doing those sort of things that Epstein was doing would keep that last part probably in the shadows. You know, you're not going to walk around and like tell everybody about it.
Trump is many things, but he wasn't born yesterday. Are we really supposed to believe that after Epstein introduced Trump to a 14-year-old girl, elbowed him, and called her a good one, Trump had no idea that Epstein had a sexual interest in underage girls? Please. Epstein introduced Trump to a 14-year-old girl, elbowed him, and called her a good one? Trump had no idea that Epstein had a sexual interest in underage girls? Please.
So what she's doing is she's convicting him by association there. You can't go into court and be like, did he really not know? I think not. You must convict. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
The jury convicted Maxwell of transporting this specific victim when she was under the age of 17 with the intent to engage in illegal sexual activity.
Do you see how she's credible? Like, she's credible. She is so far this girl's testimony has been credible. And she makes sure that she says in the beginning that it's credible, insinuating that it's got more to do with Trump than just, you know, I drove here in a green car. Epstein brought me blah, 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 yada, yada, yada.
The government and a jury found this victim credible. Her story is damning evidence that Trump knew in
Her story is not damning evidence. Jeffrey Epstein was first convicted in 2008 by a Florida state court. He pleaded guilty to charges. This is the whole situation surrounding this case is. Ugh. He pleaded guilty to charges of procuring a child for prostitution and soliciting a prostitute, resulting in a plea deal where he serves 13 months with work release. Wow. 13 months with work release. So he left like every day. Wasn't even in there. An elbow. So what this lady here is doing is assuming that she knows the exact temperature of that brief interaction so that she can then paint Trump as a pervert in the audience's eyes. He may very well be a pervert. I don't know. But that's the point. I don't know. I don't think he is. I haven't seen any evidence that he is. As a matter of fact, I've seen the left put out evidence that actually was not evidence. It was doctored photos. It was unnecessarily doxed women to appear as girls. So when I say evidence, that's important. See, evidence is important, guys. You want the evidence. Facts are more important than feelings. She feels like Trump is a rapist. That's what she feels like. She feels like that's what he was saying whenever he elbowed Epstein. For all we know, he elbowed Epstein to kind of just get the hell away from him. Yeah, okay. And then they walked away. I don't know. I'm not going to say that's what happened because I don't know. She doesn't know either, but she's telling you exactly how it went down because as if she was there.
1994, that Epstein had a sexual interest in underage girls. Not only did Trump keep socializing with Epstein anyway, in 2002...
Anyway? So she's insinuating that now he knew. She's building the case that now he knew all of a sudden. Now he knows that Epstein is this. In your eyes, she makes it look like Trump knew everything. And he continued his evil relationship with this horrible person, who he was a horrible person. Don't get me wrong. Epstein was a horrible person, probably one of the worst. But she paints it. It's a beautiful picture that she paints. And she makes it seem like Trump, she's credible and this and that. And just with the wording and the language that she uses, she can get you to believe, or maybe not you, because my audience is smart. But she gets the people out there to just believe, the ones that don't read any of this stuff. I went through, I'll do that in a second, but I went through this document actually this morning. But you're supposed to believe her, remember? Remember, Trump is a pervert. And this is an expert telling us that. She's an expert. You're supposed to believe the experts because she served as a deputy legal counsel or whatever the hell she was. So that means you have to believe her because she's an expert. And you're just an idiot. You're just an idiot who doesn't know how to read or get an ID or any of that stuff. So she needs to let you know. It's a lot like the Catholic Church back in the day when you weren't allowed to read the Bible, the scriptures. It was only the priests that were allowed to read it, and then they would come out and tell you what it said. Well, that prompted a lot of corruption in the church, didn't it? Interesting when everything goes through a filter like that.
Trump publicly praised Epstein as a terrific guy who was fun to be with and likes beautiful women as much as I do.
You have to remember that oftentimes the media's goal is not to tell the truth, specifically not to tell the truth, but rather to push public opinion in the direction they wish it to go, which is wherever the government tells them they wish it to go. Her story, quote unquote, her story is damning evidence that Trump knew. Wait, huh? From that one sentence. Trump is convicted. That's it. He's the worst person in the world. Oh, yeah. It's funny. The left will come out and they'll say, hey, we want, this happened, and this happened, and this happened. And, Trump's a horrible person and he did these disgusting things. And then we'll go, oh, he did? Okay. All right. Well, you know what? If that's the case, then we're going to deal with it like we should. And the left goes, okay, see ya. And we go, no, wait. I need some facts. Do you have any evidence to prove what you're saying? Oh, no, it's just how I feel. It's just how I feel. We got to do better than this.
And many of them are on the younger side. Trump's former...
Many of them are on the younger side. So that quote there comes from a 2002 New York Magazine profile of Epstein entitled Jeffrey Epstein, International Money Man of Mystery. Trump was asked a few questions over his speakerphone. Again, Epstein's first legal problems began in 2005. This was in 2002. Just saying.
Lawyer and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche tried to downplay Trump's history with Epstein by flippantly saying, it's not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. When
is it? Is it a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein? Because you got plenty of Democrats out there that have gone and partied with Jeffrey Epstein, but they're not getting the same scrutiny. Why are they not getting the same scrutiny? And it's not that I want them to get the scrutiny and us to not get the scrutiny. It's that I want the scrutiny to be applied evenly to the whole spectrum, to the right and to the left. We should be living by the same standards. You cannot stand there on the left. This is why you have lost so much credibility. Part of the reason you cannot stand there on the left and be like, hey, this guy's a serial blah, blah, blah. He's a rapist. This guy's done this and that. Hey, everybody, look. And then have the same things happen on your side and just push them under the rug, hide them on your side. So you lose credibility when you do that. Part of the reason that I have credibility is because I'll call out whoever. I don't care about the right and the left standards. I care about decency. Standards like that, the Constitution, etc., etc., etc. So,
when did DOJ's message on child sex crimes go from if you see something, say something to it's not a crime to party with a pedophile? One of the most...
But it's... See how she did there? I mean, she's pretty good at it. She's pretty good at painting that picture so that people just see what she wants them to. Let me fix my chair. She's pretty good at painting that picture the way that she wants everybody to see it, you know. Long story short, you know, they say that this girl's credible. Oh my gosh, these horrible accusations. That girl had horrible things happen to her. Horrible things. Horrible, disgusting things. That adds a lot of weight to the topic. And it makes it so sometimes you can't question what the left is saying, because if you question what the left is saying, that means you don't believe women. Well, that means you must be a bigot or something because you don't believe them. Yeah, she's credible. She's credible in what she talked about. She went in a green car. She did that. She did this. That's the end of it. Here's the actual form or the actual document. Let me bring this up. Can I bring it any bigger than that? Hang on a second here. Let's see. So here's the actual document. Blah, 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 blah. Talks about Epstein and this and that. And then there's the one sentence. This is all. There's one sentence in there. I thought I had it highlighted. Maybe I didn't. When I clicked it, must have moved it. I mean, some pretty disgusting stuff in here, like how he went shopping with this little 14-year-old girl, and Epstein did, and insisted that she pick out and wear like little children's cotton undies and stuff like that. Like just weird. So here's the Trump part. During one of Doe's encounters, Doe's the name they're using for the victim, encounters with Epstein, he took her to Mar-a-Lago, where he introduced her to its owner, Donald J. Trump. Introducing 14-year-old Doe to Donald J. Trump, Epstein elbowed Trump playfully, asking him, referring to Doe, "This is a good one, right?" Trump smiled and nodded in agreement. They both chuckled, and Doe felt uncomfortable, but at the time was too young to understand why. Why'd they take that out? I don't know why they redacted that word. That's the end of his involvement in that whole file, right? but it ties him to that 14-year-old girl. Even though he didn't commit any of those crimes against that poor 14-year-old girl, he's tied to her now, and they'll use that. Even though it means nothing. It means almost absolutely nothing. But that's where we're at. It doesn't have to mean anything. Honestly, I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't care what they have to say anymore. We as conservatives have to say enough is enough. We have to quit giving air to these stories that the left makes up or spins in order to achieve a desired response from the audience. They've been doing this stuff for decades and decades. The most powerful part of that technique is that the young people don't know they've been doing it for decades and decades. They aren't aware that this is the way it goes. It's a cycle that just keeps repeating itself. They don't know how many decades and decades and decades they used to use every election cycle the border as a political football, or Black America as a political football, or whatever the issue was. They don't understand that they use those as the issue. They don't want to solve it. It's just like medical. It's just like pharmaceutical companies. They don't want to cure you. If they cure you, the money dries up. They want to keep you just thick enough to need them. Just thick enough to stand to their thumb. Like, for instance, this quote unquote expert wants you to believe that Trump knew all about Epstein's abuse of women and most likely participated in it. Those are horrible accusations. Some of the worst accusations you can possibly levy on somebody. So she wants you to believe that he knew about the abuse, participated in the abuse, participated in all that stuff, was involved in all that stuff, was as deep as Epstein was in it. This expert wants you to picture Trump with underage girls. She wants you to see it in your head. Because then it's in there. Now it's in there. Once it's in the bloodstream, it's in there. Even if you don't believe it, it's still there. It's still there. They want you to picture it. They want you to see their propaganda as facts. But it's built on half-truths. Like all great propaganda, though, it's built on half-truths. It provides those half-truths for doubters to consider when convicting Trump in their minds. She initially set the story up as a bombshell. Was it a bombshell? No. Actually, it was old information. It's not a bombshell. But she frames it that way to make everybody go, what? What? They finally get him? Did they finally get him? Well, Trump knew this girl, and Epstein abused her, so that means Trump abused her or something like that. That's how they expect you to get to your assumptions, your hypothesis. Like all great propaganda, it's built on half-truths. You can go back and say, hey, yeah, this girl existed. Oh, and yeah, hey, yeah, that elbowing thing actually happened. And then you can verify that. And that lends more credibility to the part of the story that's ridiculous. The part of the story that she wants you to believe, that she didn't actually say out loud, but she wants you to believe that part. And all the wording that she used in that whole thing and the tactics were for that purpose, to get you to believe and picture Trump diddling little kids. That's what she wants you to see. Once you see it and you believe it, even for a second, you're going to be changed forever as far as your opinion on Trump. Rightfully so. If you find out, I mean, you'll be changed forever if they believe that, even when it's not true. But if it was true, damn right, we'd all be over here like, get him out of here. He's damaging the movement. We can't have him here. I've done it myself. I've called out people in the movement that were close to me. Because what's important here is not anything except for the movement. You want the movement to stay alive. It's kind of like the group mentality I think about, except that we still keep our individual ideas and opinions. We just join a group because they share one opinion. And we all agree with that one opinion. It's not like the groups on the left where they don't have one opinion. They have a whole slew of them. And you have to abandon all your own opinions at the door before you get in, or you won't get access. So she initially sets it up as a bombshell. It's a bombshell.
Shut up.
That's the thing. A witness that the FBI found credible. Oh, that lends credibility to the story. That makes your ears perk up. They found her credible about what? About the story about Epstein abusing her. Yes, it's credible there. Credible about meeting Trump. But that's it. They insinuate the rest. And they use that credible label by the FBI to get it there. To get that fake story across, to get that narrative across the finish line, to get it across the goalposts in this football era. But what did they find credible? You know, that's where the spin came in. The media is tricky. They know how to move the public to an outcome that they want. They've been doing it for a long, long time. So that's all there is with that. That's what I'm talking about, though. Like, so she came out and she said what she said, and she gets everybody to go, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. But it's not really happening. That's it. It's not really happening. Anyway, I haven't touched the chat since it started, so I'm going to try to catch up a little bit with that. Then I want to hit up this other story about about Epstein in the jail that I've seen talked about recently, where right over here, right in here, there's an orange figure moving around. Oh, so we'll have to check that out. Let me get this pause real quick. So I want to talk about that a little bit because that's the story surrounding that is outrageous. Outrageous. I didn't believe for a split second that Epstein killed himself. I didn't believe it then, but now I really don't believe it. Trump did get convicted, but that didn't matter either. We can't win with the cult. Trump didn't get convicted of the 34 counts. You're talking about ledger entries? Those are ledger entries, man. That's all that was. But he's a convicted felon. He has that label now, felon. You are so right. He didn't kill himself. Trump had it done, brother. Yeah, I don't believe that either. Because like I said, there's nothing that if there was credible evidence about Trump being in those files doing some nasty things, it would be out. It would be out with all the people across this country that hate him. It would be out. The fact that nothing has come out about this guy, that's why I don't believe that he killed him. What reason does he have to kill him? Right? How many people and politicians wanted Epstein dead? We'll never know who did it.
Dear God, please help the MAGA cult, cowards. Stop whining for one day. Just 24 hours of peace, oh Lord. Amen.
You know, you can turn it off, right? Like you're not forced to watch this, right? Like you can just turn it off and then you don't have to send up pretend prayers and mock God while you do it. I don't know if I want to do that. Good morning, Allie. The context says it all, brother. Soon you won't be able to defend him anymore. I said in the beginning, I'm not defending him. I'm just pointing out little holes in their ridiculous narratives. That's all. That's all we're doing here. Just pointing out holes. Yeah, is not normal a felony or a misdemeanor, right? Right? That's where we're at, right? MAGA's pride and ignorance will be their fall ultimately. Bill is not president now. White rich men have always taken advantage of poor people. The pedophilia. That's the problem right there. It's another example, good example right there of the left, right? Bill's not the president anymore, so it's totally okay if he raped girls. Doesn't matter. He's not the president anymore, so it's okay. It's okay if he did those things. We don't care because he's not the president anymore. You can't convict people when the glaring hypocrisy that you're displaying is right in everybody's faces. It's no good. You can't really, you don't want to do that, right? I don't think you want to do that. I'm going to put this up real quick, full screen for just a couple rotations. But like I said, if you look right here, and they'll show a close-up of it, right here, there's what appears to be a body in a jumpsuit walking up the steps, and that's supposed to be going up to his cell block. They don't want to know what that is. Right there. Appears to be an orange jumpsuit to me. Going up some steps, goes hand on the railing. What is that? Shouldn't we be asking? That's the imagine going live to defend pedophiles. Cool way of framing it. That's a cool way of framing it, I guess. Interesting, I guess. Whatever. Whatever happened. Whatever happened to, quote, must be proven to be found guilty? How come Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, and any other number of lefties aren't being convicted before they're found guilty? Because they're Democrats. That's it, because they're Democrats. It's the same reason there was no ICE issues whenever Obama was deporting. The Obama deporter in chief was deporting all those people. It's the same thing. That's why. Politics. With all these files released, why is only one person in jail? There should be more. Amen. Amen. She was supposed to, Maxwell was supposed to testify in front of Congress the other day, but she took the fifth, so she didn't have to. Trump did heavily redacted the document and tried to bury it. You know, this was in Democrat hands, solely Democrat hands for 4 years, right? 4 years. It was in 100% Democrat controlled hands. I honestly get to the point where I'm like, how can people, honestly, I don't like to call names, but man, how can people be so stupid? How can they be so dumb? How can all the facts be out there for you to use to get to your conclusions and you just ignore them because you're so blinded by whatever political party that has control of you? I just don't get it. I don't understand how people can be that subverted. Just follow the facts. I don't care if what the result is. I don't care if it hurts Trump. I don't care if it hurts Bill Clinton. I don't care if it hurts the right. I don't care if it hurts the left. The truth is good for America. So I don't care who did what. Get them. But don't go getting people for political reasons that didn't really do anything. I want the people that really did something. I like that. Yeah. One of these days, One of these days we will have a common sense party. No talk about left or right, just seeing what's in front of us and reacting like real people should. We'd probably have to remove the media at that point to do that. Because the media, they hypnotize a lot of people out there. I hate Trump because of his policies. I don't really care about the Epstein thing. I see a lot of leftists start comments like that. I hate. Be self-aware about that. I hate. Don't hate. Don't hate. Why so many redactions then? I don't know. Why are you acting like Trump went through there with a black marker? It's been in the Democrats' hands for 4 years. How come you're not asking that question about them? Do people not see it? Do they not see the bias that they put out there, that we don't understand where that comes from or what it does? This guy doesn't listen real good. I'm defending facts. I'm not defending Trump. I'm defending facts. Trump doesn't need me to defend him. The attacks and stuff like that come from the left are easy to defend against. They rely on emotions and uneducated people to believe. That's it. It's not hard. It's just the way it is. Where'd that go? Did I get rid of it? Pull something up here. It's just so dang spot on. It's so spot on. The guy is a genius. The guy is a genius. Listen to this.
I would use those episodes in order to try to get people to look at things a different way. And maybe that would be the objective. Don't actually go over the idea you're going to change their minds. All you want to do is maybe have them look at things a different way. One of the ways of doing that is just ask them questions.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Questions to which you know the answers, by the way. So you're setting them up, but they don't know that.
Okay.
But you're basically asking them, I know you want them, liberalism is so easy for you want
right
them
here,
to
this part.
Yeah.
be prosperous.
Wait,
and you
on
know
liberalism.
That liberalism is not the answer. But man, it's so seductive, Jordan.
Yep.
Liberalism is so easy. All you have to do is
So
see
true.
some suffering and tell everybody that you see it.
That's it.
And that it really bothers you. And you all, right there, you are given great credit for having great compassion. And people will say great things about you. All you have to do is notice it. You don't have to offer a solution. If you do offer a solution, I think the government ought to do something, then they'll really, really love you. Liberalism's easy. That's why a lot of people end up going there. There's no resistance to it. It doesn't take any kind of thought because it's all based in emotion. And thinking is harder than feeling. Thinking is an applied process. So the thing you...
It's very true. Man, I miss that guy. Man, we need that guy back. This is all caps, so I got to do it, guys. You know the rules.
No one is saying it's only Republicans. Who
cares what party you're a part of? No one's saying it's only Republicans. Yes, okay, so no one's going out there and saying it's only Republicans in the files. You're right. No one's saying that. No one's saying anything about any Democrats that are in there. No one's going after anybody except for Trump. Now, if he's guilty, hell yeah, go after him. But no one's going after anybody else. You're exposing your own hypocrisy by not caring about these people that have more pictures, more salacious emails and other facts and things like that are back there, more than you see with Trump. That doesn't really have any. There's really no supporting facts to support that Trump was diddling little girls or boys or whoever. There is no, I haven't seen any. I'm MAGA, right? I make America great again. If Trump is detrimental to that movement, he has to go because I'm all about the country. Make America great again, not make Trump great again, not make the presidency great again, not make them, just America. Make America great again. Raise your hand if you've ever heard the cult say anything about that's so naive. It goes on both sides, guys. No one's going to stand there and be like, oh, you're going to come in to MagAmericans.com and hear me just diss Trump. It's not going to happen. I have called him out on numerous things in the past that I didn't like what he did. If you weren't aware of that, maybe now you are. But that's how I am. I like Trump. I like what he's doing. I like his policies. I like 90% of them. But I will speak out against him if I think that he's wrong. My friends do the same thing. Argue against me when I say negative things about Trump. Then say, well, Biden, I didn't vote for Biden. I'm not justifying anything by saying that. I'm not pointing it out that way. All I'm saying is that no one ever gave a crap about it when Biden was in office. It's the same thing with this mental cognitive, the mental cognitive, whatever. Maybe I don't have any myself. You saw the decline of Biden. It was obvious. It was obvious from election. It was obvious when he was running his campaign that he had bad mental issues going on, cognitive loss. But everyone ignored it. It was clear through his presidency, but everyone ignored it. Everyone ignored it. And then you have Trump do one thing, misspeak one word or whatever. It's like, oh my gosh, 25th Amendment. He's declining. The hypocrisy is the problem. Just be intellectually honest. Just be intellectually honest. Exactly. A cult who's trying to convince people that men can be women, right? You got all the fucking talking points. Just gonna ignore that one. There's a lot of misinformation out there, but I can't like go through the chat and just fix everybody. I'd love to, but I can't. I can't. The proof is everywhere. Hopefully his wife says the truth. Where is it everywhere? Where is the truth everywhere? Honestly, show it to me. I will absolutely look at it. The left believes that we support pedophilia. The left believes that we're evil. The left believes all these horrible things about the right that just aren't true, man. We need to get back to being people again. We're all in the same friggin' boat. There's only one boat. We're all in that same boat. If my side sinks, your side's next. And there's no stopping it then. We can disagree. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to just being able to disagree and still have a conversation? Whatever happened to being able to disagree and still being able to respect each other? Understanding that the other person believes what they believe because that's what it is, though, too. Understanding that we used to be able to understand that the police or that the people wanted, we all loved America. That was the point. We all loved America. We all wanted the best for America. Now, I'm not so sure. Hang on 1 second here. Oh, I forgot to check out some other thing. We'll get that later. This lady come out. So, here, I'm just going to put this up. Oh, wait, hang on. There's a community note on it. I don't want to give you wrong information. Can't be doing that. It's no good. Where'd it go? Okay. Okay. So this is from 2025. This came out today. People were pushing it like it was new news, but I didn't realize it was from September.
And also, I would like to announce here today us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list. We know the names. Many of us were abused by them. Now, together as survivors, we will confidentially compile the names we all know who are regularly in the Epstein world. And it will be done by survivors and for survivors. No one else is involved. Stay tuned for more details.
That would be good. That would be good if they came out with all those, but is it going to change anything? Is it going to matter? It's just going to be more accusations. Those who keep saying all who were friends with Epstein are 100% pedophile, you are an idiot. Do you realize how many people are interested in financial tips from the guy who had inside tips? I mean, yeah, there's other reasons people were trying to be buddies with him. Preach, man. I try to bring people together. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. I try to bring people together. It's hard when even my brother wants to see the country overthrown at this point in time. It's tearing families apart in a way that you probably haven't seen since the Civil War. I wouldn't be surprised some places, you know. It's an ugly thing. I try to bring people together too. Maybe if I didn't look like such a racist, it'd be easier, right? The beard and all the stereotypical cues that I have, right? But that's the only way that we're ever going to win is if we stop hating each other. We have to stop hating each other. Period. We need to be able to make fun of each other a little bit here and there and be funny about it so that we can get those things out there without having vitriol. We're all Americans, man. Every one of us are Americans. Most of us. I don't think there's any illegal aliens watching right now. We're all Americans. We're all brothers and sisters under this one great flag. We used to understand that. Now it seems like we don't anymore. It seems like we're all assigned to our groups. It's like America doesn't even exist anymore. It's just a conglomerate of different political and social groups fighting amongst each other while the rich rake in the profits. Right? People come here and say we're crying, yet they look like crybabies. Again, is abnormal a felony or a misdemeanor? Right? All right, let me pull a couple of these videos up that I had on my X real quick. I'd like to commend this guy. This guy was great. He went to an LGBT thing that was going on in a public library, and he made his voice heard.
Daniel.
It's a private event. Yeah. So that's what sorry, guys. Bye. It's a private event.
Public library.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. Public library.
We rented today, so.
Right. Yeah. My tax dollars paid for this.
No, you'll have to.
No, go get the librarian.
You'll have to leave.
No.
Make him leave.
This is a
private event.
What will you tell God when he asks you why you perverted your children? What are you going to, that's what you need to care about. That's what you need a workshop about. What are you going to tell God why you perverted your little children? The CP
don't touch him.
Place where your children might get beat up by thugs and robbed at gunpoint.
This is a private event.
Well, go get the librarian.
You're going to burn in hell unless you repent. This is a public library paid for by the tax dollars of Chattanooga.
Would you sit down and talk to me?
I don't want to talk to you. You're going to talk to God for why you perverted little children. Every one of you. Social justice, Jesus is justice. He said it's an abomination.
We're going to security and they're going to come.
You're going to burn in hell. I'm glad to see you.
These are the child groomers that are putting on a nude show for people. Yep.
Wicked, vile. You're going to burn in hell.
Shameful to groom children. It's shameful.
Put you in hell. You're a pervert.
Child groomers.
Little children ain't made to be sexual. Why don't you figure that out? Children ain't supposed to have a sex life. They don't need sexual support groups. What they need is parents that aren't perverts. That's what they need. They need parents that aren't perverts. Your mask ain't going to help you on Judgment Day.
Okay, so
You're
we're going
going
to
to
have to ask you to
cost
leave.
hell wide
This is
open.
against the patron code of conduct, and you're going to have to leave.
That's fine. You're going to split hell because God says he's got a code of conduct for heaven. You ain't going to make it. You're going to cry like that back, every one of you pervert, filthy pervert dogs. You want to murder your little children, turn them into bundles of sticks. You don't act like God didn't warn you. God warned you.
Child groomers.
Children are a heritage to the Lord.
Child groomers.
Please follow me.
Why is that allowed at a public library?
Daniel.
Why is that allowed at a public library? Man, you got all of them. This guy's got all the talking points.
Trump is in the files. He directly caused an insurrection, has become a dictator, is actually attacking cities in the U.S. with his own police. Hey.
Come on, man. That's all the things. You believe all the things. Trump is in the files. Yes, he is in the files. You're right. Right. He directly caused the insurrection. No, that's not true. It's pretty much been proven not to be true. Seems like you're drinking up all the Kool-Aid. He has become a dictator. He's become a dictator. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. It's like we all walked down there. We're not allowed to protest or speak our minds. They came and took our guns and all that stuff, right? He's a dictator, right? He's actually attacking cities in the U.S. He's attacking cities in the U.S.? Oh, my goodness. We better stop him. What? Come on, man. And the genius below him. No, he is on it 40,000 times. We're gonna do this again because we apparently need to do it again. So we'll do it again. All right, bring it up. I'll bring it up. We'll bring it up full screen. All right. Are you 18 or older? Yep. Sure I am. Sure I am. Let's see. Donald Trump. All right. Let's see. That says 1,434. Okay. Let's see if we do that and just say Trump. Maybe we'll get the 40,000 then. Oh, 4,731. So it's not 40,000 and it's not 38,000. Interesting. It's remarkable if you look at it. There's nothing in there. Trump. That's why Trump. I saw Donald Trump, wanted to meet him. Trump and Eric Trump and Ivanka Trump and Don Jr. Trump and blah, 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 and this and that. And man, dude, it's getting old, guys. It's getting really old. If there's stuff in there, it would be out already. Right, exactly. Trump knew Epstein, but he didn't know about the kid stuff. No, he isn't in it 40,000 times. I've done my research of you. Yeah, we just did it, right? 1,400 times, nothing to see here. Really, there isn't. If you look at the files, you'll see there's nothing to see there. I don't know what else to say about it. You can look at the files. Go look at them. They're on the internet. But that would require research. And that's the problem nowadays, is most of these leftist retards don't do any research. They don't do any research. They just believe whatever they hear on the internet. Oh, the news said this. Well, the news lies quite a bit. I'm just saying. The original KKK are Democrats. Yes, that is true. It's funny. They still believe this narrative, even though I've said it a bunch of times. Oh, you can fix stupid guys. They are going to stand by Trump no matter if they see him committing the crime in front of them. And untrue. Untrue. Yeah, they took it out because he's president. Okay. Man, do these people believe anything? They really will believe anything. I just don't get it, man. The facts are there. You just got to look at them. They're there. They're out there right now. You can just go look. Well, look.
MAGA cult cowards are circling the drain. Their leader peaked last year, and the law of nature is in charge. It'll be over soon.
Man, not jobs out here. Not jobs. People are crazy. People are crazy. It is what it is, I guess. You can't convince. I'm not here to try to convince anybody. I just want you to ask questions of yourself. Ask your own questions later. Ask questions, guys. It's important that we ask questions. It's how we learn. Left does not read their own history. Exactly. Well, the facts are definitely there. They just happen to be redacted. Oh well. You're never going to be able to convince the left. The leftists will never be convinced. They will never be convinced. It doesn't matter what you say. They won't believe you. It doesn't matter. You got for days now. For days now, I've seen people come in here and say, oh, he's in here 40,000 times. And you do the searches right in front of their faces, and they still don't believe it after that. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? MAGA is the party of pedophiles. That's what they think. The lemmings walking around like robots. MAGA is the party of pedophiles. MAGA is the party of pedophiles. That's what they told me to think. That's what they told me to think. It gets a little bit ridiculous, guys. Downright ridiculous. They aren't.
They aren't Epstein files. They are the Trump files that mention Epstein. The orange felon is a rapist and a pedophile.
Whatever. If you're going to believe it, believe it. Whatever. Good thing there's more people like us out there than there are of the left. That's why he won the popular vote. Let's see what else we got in the chat over here. Just under 5,000 times doesn't make him less guilty. Well, that insinuates that he is guilty, doesn't it? So you're already starting from a place of bias. What you should have said, had you been an intellectually honest person, was just under 5,000 times doesn't make him guilty. It also doesn't make him innocent. It's pretty obvious. He's in the files. We've determined that many times already. But what is he in the files for? No one's been able to find anything. Anything. I will happily look at it if you can find something, but no one's been able to find a single shred of anything. Why do you think that is? Do you think that's because they weren't looking? Do you? I'm pretty sure they were looking. Maybe it's because it doesn't exist. Maybe that is the reason. I don't know. Maybe. Well, let's see them unredacted. If nothing's there, then we'll admit we're wrong, but that won't be the case. Let's see them unredacted. If there's nothing there, we'll admit we were wrong, but that won't be the case. Prove your innocence. We have accused you. This is the liberal way, right? We have accused you of something, and now it is your responsibility to prove your innocence. And if you can't, then that means we were right. Even though we didn't prove anything, we just made an accusation. And because you didn't defend it up to our standards, we have found you guilty. That's not how it works. Uneducated, totally uneducated. There's a 14-year-old that said he raped her. Don't believe her, huh? Believe Trump and the cabinet that's littered in the files. How would that make any sense? It's still all a hoax. There's a 14-year-old girl that said that Trump raped her. That call came into a nationwide hotline. And when it was investigated, they found it not to be credible. But morons like this person will still post that everywhere they can as if it's fact, when it's already been, we already went through that. It was found to not be credible. If you're going to look at some of the other things that they say are credible and trust them on that, you got to trust them when they say it's not credible too. You can't just do it if it agrees with your beliefs or your opinions. You got to do it both ways. You got to be honest about it. You can't be a liar. You can't be politically motivated. You must be justice motivated. You can't go into these things looking for just to try to get somebody.
How about read some comments like search up APAC 84? I dox you? What is this? How a putt read some comments like search up APAC 84? I dox you.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Oh, the stupidity is just really.
There's a lot of people out. You have to forgive it. There's a lot of people that are probably out in California. They're just coming down from their high from the night before. They're drunk or whatever it is. And they're a little bit aggressive and they're a little bit angry because they're coming down off whatever high they were on. How about read some comments like, wow, just wow. Women must love you. Divorced yet? No, married a long time to my best friend. It's a beautiful marriage. And she's beautiful too, on top of everything else. It's amazing. How much do they pay you to do this? How much does who pay me? I enjoy this. I've been at this a while. I just enjoy it. But if you want to pay me, you can like, share, and subscribe. Of course, hit that bell. But you can always go to shop.magamericans.com and buy some of our cool gear. That helps support the channel. Or you can go and donate. I never ask people to donate, but the link's in the description if you're interested. You seem like you might be interested, so get with it. I'm just going to wrap it up with some comments here. So get your comments in. Come on, get your nasty comments in. I'll read them. Let's go. Come on now. Motivate your friends. Call up all your unemployed lefties. Tell them they got to take a break from Ice Watch so they can come in here and say something nasty. I'm sure they'll run. You are protecting child rapists, and I don't know how you can be forgiven for that. Man, aren't we simple? Is this where I'm supposed to say, no, I'm not. I'm not defending him. I'm not going to bother with that. I don't play those dumb games. I'll worry about my salvation. You worry about yours. You worry about your opinions. I'll worry about the facts. Oh yeah, no one's been able to find anything yet. Oh my gosh, dude. No one's been able to find anything yet because the rest of his appointed goons keep lying just like him. That's why he put them there, to do his bidding. You really believe it? Okay, well, what are you going to do? I mean, it wasn't always in Trump's hands, so what happened before that? Where is it Biden's goons weren't letting it happen? I mean, like, the logic there is very, very weak. Very weak. Yeah. That's a simple fact right there. We would have heard about it years ago if anything juicy was in the files about Trump. Yeah. I'm not saying don't look. If there is something, I want to know. But right now, there's nothing. Nothing. So, whatever. It's funny watching the left grab it at straws and try to take this little piece of half truth and this little piece of half truth and build some kind of conviction out of it. It's really kind of interesting to see how they can do it. All of you claiming the Dems knew, don't you want them prosecuted for it? You want to defend their asses too? Part of the problem is that, first of all, when the Dems they didn't do anything, and all of a sudden they're calling for them to be released and they don't have control anymore because they wanted to use it against Trump. Now that it's coming out that Trump really isn't in there, really, and they're not in there, you don't hear them calling for it anymore as much. It's interesting. It's all politics. Pay attention. Pay attention. Y'all accused Hunter Biden of all kinds of crap and couldn't find anything. We all couldn't find anything. There's videos him smoking crack with underage girls. There's pictures, all kinds of stuff. It got suppressed. It got suppressed before the 2020 election. That's what happened. But you just think it was looked in and everything was cool. You are not a man. You are not a man. Oh man, I'm not a man. He's saying it again. Oh, he keeps saying it. That means I'm not. Take a little timey outie. Oh my goodness. Just get a candle and put it 3 inches under your beard. Unless you see what happens. Unless you see what happens. And these guys out here, they're so angry all the time, out here typing so hard and so fast that they can't spell the words right. They can't even get the right words in the right order. Yeah. Where's that? Where did that guy go? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it is what it is. Do you know what a good faith argument is? I can't word sometimes. The name calling from the left is funny. Yeah, nothing solid comes from them. It's all insults and that kind of stuff. It is what it is, but whatever. What are you going to do? I don't know. Hey, you need to like, share, and subscribe. That's one thing you need to do. That's for sure. You absolutely need to do that. And you need to check out my website and my store. Because why not? Awesome gear. Awesome gear. Lots of awesome gear. Oh, anyway. Well, tomorrow's hump day. That's a good thing, right? We're working our way through the week. We're almost halfway through. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. No docs yet. Must be a put. Yeah, no, I've been doxed, man. It's not, this is not anything new to me. I don't care. I know the price that the liberals will make you pay for coming out and actually talking. They'll attack you viciously. It is what it is. Anyway, all I have to say about that is
go ahead. Make my day.
So like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. Check us out on social media, Substack, X, Facebook, etc. All of them are at MagAmericans. Subscribe and ring that bell. Let the left go ahead and be the left. Let them argue and insult and be all mad and angry and whatever at us. Let them go. Let them go. Some of them you're never going to be able to change their minds because they are 100% convicted to hating MAGA. Period. Anyone who is involved in MAGA, to them, is a subhuman. Remember that. Remember that we're all Americans. Remember to smile at a stranger, and please remember to pray for them. Pray for all these people out here. All these guys out here that are angry, all that stuff. Pray for those people. They need the prayers. It is what it is. We'll see what happens today. Lots of interesting stuff going on. So we'll have to see what happens today in the news and all that kind of stuff. Let's say pray for your enemies. Make sure you do that. Pick one. Pick one that you came into your head and you're like, I can't pray for that guy. And pray for that person, whoever that person is. And do it sincerely. You'll be blessed by it yourself. All right. Until tomorrow morning at 6, we'll see you then. Until then, have a blessed day. And smile to strangers. Just be nice to each other, man. We're all Americans. God bless you guys. Bye.